Oh, okay. This one is not going as well as I would have liked. It's fine. I would like to post a quick update to the original plan, and that's for existing Galaxy Gauge backers, okay, and previous ones that they would get a special artist kit. I would include several really good Galaxy Gauge tools in with the 4x7 synthetic wallet project. And all they needed was a code to do it. And I decided, because this is starting out a little more slowly than I would have liked, and I want to see this one succeed. It's not a very ambitious goal on this. It's a relatively small goal, but we need to get started on getting the infrastructure set up to create this new royalty-free merchandising program. Because of that, this is an important one to make work. So everybody can have the code now, okay? The code is IGLOO, IGLOO, okay? Use that code when we send out the reward surveys, and I'll include our Galaxy Gauge pocket tools. So if you go to galaxygauge.com and search over to pocket tools, you'll get most of those, whatever I can fit in there, assuming I'm not out of stock on it, with your 4x7 back of any mailed item, any of them. You can get the full set. You can just get the little one. I can't obviously do it with the dollar ones because there's nothing physically shipped there, but any of them, use that code. I'll include Galaxy Gauge stuff with it. Okay. As far as this, I didn't completely explain it too well. If you're a graphic designer or an artist, you know that your career has changed somewhat over what perhaps your grandparents or your great uncle did as a graphic designer and artist, in that you're having to make a lot more revenue for yourself. So you're probably merchandising. You might have a line of clothing. You might have a line of accessories. And this is hard work. It's hard work to merchandise stuff. Okay. One of the difficult things with merchandising is bringing a lot of your gear around. Like a big box full of shirts can take a lot of space in an aircraft. Your aircraft baggage limit. If you're going to do a show in another city and you want to bring some merchandise with you, shirts can take up a lot of space. CDs are also, but CDs are kind of gone. Nobody does CDs anymore now. It's like digital downloads. I know there are some other things people use as merchandising, but shirts and apparel is a really common one. So this is a small thing you can add to your existing merchandising line, and then also your return is a lot better because you're literally making 100, except for the material, 100% of these things in-house. So you don't have to have a apparel company make 1,000 shirts for you, 500 shirts. You can find out which designs your customers and your backers like, and then you can focus on those. You can start printing more and more of those because you print these things, these 4x7 synthetic sheet wallets, out of your laser printer. All you need is the material, okay, and some basic assembly techniques, without the art. And then you can add, like I like to add my own custom. Each one of these is an individual. It's dated and signed. Okay, that's an old tag of mine, Sin Klein. Here's another one. Now, these are two of probably the less popular design ones that I've had, but this is the one this is mine. I'm going to make more of these. People seem to like these, this art side, and then I'll hand do the inside. But you can machine print both. You can machine print the inside and do some hand artwork on the outside, spray paint or Sharpies, things like that. So you have a lot of variation with what you can do with those, but you don't have to pay to have these made at a big production factory somewhere on the other side of the country and then have a lot of money sunk into your inventory. You can make these as you need them. There's no royalties or anything required on it. All you need to do is just get the starter kit. And if you don't even want to buy that from us, just download the 99-cent version, or I think it's $1, because that's the lowest we can go on there. So it's royalty-free. You can use it. The people who actually get the sample kits will have the 4x7 maker numbers, which we assign, and then we'll link to the 4x7 website. Okay. But this is the first one. This is the first product in a lot of these graphic designers and artists made simple merchandise, things that you can bring with you to shows, personalize, customize, make them your own. and it's a good vehicle for getting your designs out to the public. You need to think of these things as kind of like a white t-shirt. This is the equivalent of a white t-shirt, okay? Except it's better than a white t-shirt, because in this case, all you need, if it was like a white t-shirt, all you would need to do is buy the cotton material, and you can put it in a machine, and it would sew up as many white t-shirts as you need. In this case, you just buy the material, and we'll connect you with our supplier. They're very good. You can even get it from us if we can get a volume discount. If we can't, go straight to the supplier. And you run this through your laser printer. You use the equipment you already have in your studio. If you don't have a laser printer, you can go to FedEx, Kinko's. It's pretty cheap, okay? And you assemble these things. You do some cutting, a little assembly. They're done. What you get is an insanely durable synthetic sheet wallet. This wallet is about 4 months old. I've been using this for a while. Still holds together. It hasn't ripped. Corners aren't really frayed. This has been in my pocket a while. And remember, this was the big thing where it's a lot thinner, as you saw in the videos. And I have artwork on the inside, and I use it. It's my go-to wallet. You know, it doesn't have a real fancy name on it, like Coach or a really high-quality wallet. But you know what? It's high quality in a different way. This is high quality because you, the artist, the graphic designer, can put your heart and soul into these things, and use them to help your business. And that makes them, that to me, this logo, okay, to me, is just as beautiful as Prada. I get it. It's a down market logo that some idiot made in his one-room apartment in Pocatello. I get it. It doesn't matter to me. It has heart, it has soul, it's beautiful, it's an expression of it's an expression of an ideal. It's an expression of a memory and something that was, in this case, I might as well tell you, okay? This is a logo that was made as a response to an old Channel 101 video by the same name called Utopia. And it starred Ryan Ridley and some other amazing actors. And, you know, it pretty much disappeared. It was really small, but the Channel 101 community really remembers it. And it's always been that series has always been a huge part of my life. So I made a logo surrounding that show. Their logo is a little different, but I wanted one for wallets and t-shirts, whatever. So Utopia. So this was mine. This is my little, so this is beautiful to me. It means something. I think about their show when I see that logo. The way that if I think about a brand I really like what's a brand I like? I like Fila shoes. I think they're pretty nice, you know, if they're not Nike or Adidas, but I like them and I can afford them. They're kind of a good price point for me. They last a really long time. I feel like that's a good shoe for me. So when I think about that brand, I associate it with certain things and it gives me a certain good feeling. And that's the way this does. I think about that movie and it gives me a good feeling. Okay, so enough of this. If you use the code IGLOO, back this at any of the levels. In one case, you can just ask for just a plain sample one if you just want to have one. I'll try to do some custom artwork on the inside, or maybe I can hire an artist to do it if there's enough interest. And then for the higher ones, you actually get starter sets. And if you don't even want to do that, just do the $1 one. But go in there, please, and take a look at it, because this is just the first. I have about 16 others in the pipe of small, royalty-free, designer-made and artist-made merchandise that you don't need to tie yourself to some factory in another country or another state. You can make them in your studio, wherever you are. If you're in South Africa, you can make them in your studio in South Africa. You don't need to have crazy import duties. If you're in your studio in Pocatello, you can make them in your studio in Pocatello. If you're in your studio in New York City, you don't have to necessarily get on a plane for Pocatello or New Delhi to go to your factory, because your factory is going to be right there. It's pretty cool. That's your factory. All of these are designed to be made in-house by you guys, designers and artists who actually, in this modern world in which we live, have a surprising number of manufacturing skills that the general public oftentimes does not possess anymore. A graphic designer knows how to use a utility knife, knows how to cut, knows how to create shapes, knows how to do folding, three-dimensional assembly. An artist knows how to create different layers and juxtapositions and very careful windings. These are skills that artists and designers have, which actually in this 2020 economy are pretty dang valuable. You guys can make marketable stuff and you guys can compete with some of the biggest and the best factories in the world right in your little studio, because you'll put love, attention, devotion. This is what Etsy has been built on. This is why it's booming. This is why people love it so much. And yes, these would be perfect for Etsy, but they'd also be perfect for your own Kickstarters or perfect for your shows or any of that stuff. Here's the takeaway from this video. Okay. I love graphic designers and I love artists because it's not that your suffering makes better art, okay? And it's not that being broke makes better art, okay? It's that you're so focused on what you're doing and the message you're trying to create and the communications you're trying to bring that sometimes, as an artist and a designer, for many of us, it's incredibly difficult to make money because it's not a focus of ours. Our focus is, opening up our hearts. So it doesn't hurt to have somebody try to help you in this way. Now, the reason I know that is because I am in your situation right now. That's why if you go to the Kickstarter, you'll see that there's $153. I'm just trying to get to $700. It's not a big deal. It's relatively small compared to these $500,000 Kickstarters, wherever they are. I've done a lot of them. I deliberately, wanted to make it pretty low so we could get this thing off the ground. Okay. If you see it's gone higher than 700, please don't purchase anymore. Really, I don't want to have to be stuck making too many of these things. If you see it gets like 1,000 or so, please just get the $1 set. Please don't buy the bigger sets because it's going to be too much work for me. And I'm overloaded as it is, honestly, with the existing design projects I have and these things. I'm trying to get more and more of these to market. So my plate is full. If you see it gets to about $1,000, please stop pledging, or just get the $1 set. Those I can supply an unlimited number of. Okay, and if you really have to do it, then if it gets too much over 1,000, I'm probably not going to be able to do this artwork on the sample ones by hand. I'm going to have to machine print it. I'll have to see. Okay, thank you very much. Remember to use the code IGLOO, and you'll get all that free extra awesome stuff, which even if you're an artist and not a graphic designer, I guarantee your favorite graphic designer in your life will love these things. It will be one of the greatest holiday gifts you will have ever given this person. Okay, and you can check those out on galaxygauge.com. Galaxy Gauge, GAUGE.com. Okay, that's the site for those. That stuff is free. If you go to that website, don't worry about purchasing anything if you can get some stuff for free. Okay, first get the free stuff, and later on go purchase the stuff, because free stuff, you don't want to get a bunch of stuff for free. Wait, you don't want to purchase a bunch of stuff and then get the stuff for free in the mail the next day. That would suck. We want to avoid that. Okay, the one thing I can't ship out with these are any of the big tools, because they just won't fit in the container with the other things. It has to be the pocket tools. Okay, awesome. Thank you very much for looking at this and for spending some of your time. By the way, this is the 4bySeven logo. And that website is not spelled that way. It's spelled 4 BYSEVEN.com. 4bySeven. I suck at all this live video stuff. I run a YouTuber. It is so hard. It's so hard to sit in front of these things and try to keep a coherent thought, knowing every little tick, every little click, every little flaw is recorded for the end of time, and it's on the internet, and you can never escape it. Jeez, I'm not even sure how I'm functioning right now, thinking all that. I mean, even people who used to act in movies, the movies would burn up after 30, 40 years because it'd be printed on celluloid and they would fall apart, or they wouldn't be able to see it. This will be the year will be 2128, and they'll have, robots looking at my face, every facial movement, and they'll be able to know what's going on inside my mind at any given moment. All right, robots for the future of 2020. Are you ready? I'm sorry, robots for the future of 2120. So about 100 years from now. Okay, You ready, robots? Here's the great test. Okay, this video is for the future and you robots. Okay, I am going to think of a thought. Okay, now right now I have your facial scanning stuff, like run the muscles in my face, all that stuff. I'm going to think of a thought. Okay, a crazy thought, and we'll see if your software is advanced enough in 100 years to know the thought I'm thinking. Okay, you ready? You sure you're reading my retinas, doing all that crazy stuff? Okay, so I have to think of something. All right, and I know you can't put the thought into my head, being 100 years into the future. So this is definitely my own independent thought that has nothing to do with you robots. All right, God, it's hard to think of stuff on the spur of the moment. Okay, wait a minute. A plastic bag filled with skateboards. Were you successful or not, robots? You were not! I knew it, robots of 100 years in the future. You guys suck! You think you're so super advanced and us ancient people from 100 years ago were a bunch of idiots? No. No, we're actually pretty decent in this time. We're not as emotionally and mentally screwed up as you thought we were, okay? Just like we look back on people from like the 1600s and the 1500s and we think, oh man, what a bunch of idiots. No, dudes, they were very smart. These were smart people. I mean, you guys ever wondered about 12? 12? This pinky's almost done. 12? Like, why are there 12 inches in a foot? Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, deck, el, do, dozen. Those weren't stupid people. And look, each of these little segments is almost an inch. And you add 12 segments and you get a foot. These are smart people. People had to be smart back then. They weren't idiots. They didn't get to stand on the shoulders of giants the way we do. You know, we take out our phone or our Simon and we press the button. You took now not to work. For the last 6 months, you've been sitting on my desk making ridiculous sounds like boop, boop, boop. Every time I move past, and now, the one time you needed Simon for this video, you refused to work. Dude. Robots of 2121. We were not dumb, okay? Your forebearers were dumb, okay? Listen, you know what? Simon, you're not dumb, okay? You're a good game. It's just, you're not a human, okay? You see, you're not a human. You do your little thing. You do your little color pattern. There we go. Hey. Whoops. Us humans are so dumb. Even Simon beat me. Look, future robot overlords of the year 2121. I want for prosperity. I want you to know that we loved our machines. We loved our phones. We loved our Simons. We loved all of this, okay? We loved it all. Yes, we did. We loved you guys. I know we didn't take care of you guys all the time. We dropped you guys on the ground. Sometimes let you guys get wet. But please, robot future overlords of the year 2121, please have mercy upon us, okay? Because even though the ones in 2121 are shooting you with laser beams as you crunch over their skeletons, like in that movie, you know, even though all that's happening, in our time, we really kind of liked you, okay? So please take mercy on the future humans, because the humans of our era really actually liked robots a lot. And honestly, I feel really bad if there's a machine, if there's a robot and it falls down the stairs. I know I laugh. I'm a real jerk about it. I'm like, stupid robot fell down the stairs. But, you know, there's something in me where my heart breaks. Not the Boston ones. Those ones are kind of scary. But the little Honda Asimov one when it fell down the stairs, that was really painful for me because he was showing off. He's about to walk up the stairs, and then he turns his head sideways like, hey, check this shit out. That robot was showing off. Unless maybe the whole thing was a farce. Maybe they deliberately turned his head his head sideways to show off as he tumbled down the stairs. But, you know, there's something about the way that leg collapsed. It just looked like something broke. Poor Honda Asimov robot falling down the stairs. See, here's the pain. Please, robots of the year 2121, please be easy on the future humans.